But I've heard that second chance hiring is actually gaining a lot of traction in manufacturing, especially as we're trying to, fill these really key critical roles. So, for those who don't know, second chance hiring is when you are employing people with criminal backgrounds to kind of give them a chance to re-enter the workforce. So have you seen a lot of success when it comes to second chance hiring? And in your opinion, for companies that are successfully doing this, do they have any like systems or structures in place that really help them succeed with these programs?
So it's interesting. I came across that just by happenstance at a show, 5 or 6 years ago down in Georgia, where I was on a panel, and one of the speakers was a woman from the Georgia Department of Corrections. And she was talking about second chance hiring. And I was just enthralled by what she was talking about. It's this mix of problems where we have people who've made mistakes in society and, they pay their dues, they go to prison, they serve their sentence, then they come out and we continue to punish them. You can't get a job, you can't get housing, you can't drive. I mean, how stupid is that as a society?
Isn't the point of prison to like absolve them of their crimes
and to rehabilitate, right? And so, I mean, I just think the world of the people who are going after this, because it's such a problem for the individuals, obviously. But then when we talk about these workforce challenges, why would we wall off a whole segment of society? That's insanity. And they're primarily male who, those guys tend to go more toward the mechanical thing. So it's also a segment of society that could most likely help us with the problems. And so, I've actually interviewed a number of people down at that show, at that conference. I met a guy with a local company, talked to him, and he's like, well, come out to my plant. I mean, I can show you what we're doing. And he toured me at his plastic plant making bottles for a variety of packaging operations, and talked to me about how they built this whole infrastructure with their frontline managers to bring people in who had gotten out of prison to help support them personally, again, getting to housing and transportation, things like that. And then in the workplace, they may not have the background of how to
that's great. So it's completely all-encompassing.
It has to be. It has to be. That's a big thing I learned is, you don't just hire someone out of prison and throw them to the wolves and, sink or swim. That's not going to work.
Provide a support system.
Yeah, especially people who've been in prison a long time, they're going to need all kinds of support. So,
it's fantastic.
Talking to people who have done it, it's just inspiring to hear, because then what you get in return is people who are immensely grateful to have the opportunity, to have the support. And I mean, I've had executives who've done that whole hog who've said, we have no better workers in our plants than the folks we brought in as second chance.
That's fantastic to hear. That's really great.
So Mark Peters in Grand Rapids, where I'm from, has Butterball Farm. It's a small butter company, and he's just a huge advocate. And
so shout out to Butterball Farms, doing it right.
Absolutely. There are several like that. To me, if you're not looking at that and you're struggling with people, definitely get with those kind of experts who've done it. They'll be glad to help you. Mark's written books about how to address that and other people problems. So there's help out there. And again, like I ran across in Georgia, the people in the correctional organizations are also wanting to help, because they don't want people coming back, recidivism.
Yeah, I suppose it'd be really great to avoid reoffenders and things like that. You're keeping people as productive members of society, giving them purpose, and it's great. Yeah, it's really good to hear.
Yep.